doing some recording for me. What we're going to do today is we're going to mount a headset for a Baofeng radio, or like a typical UV5R or a Motorola radio. We're going to mount the headset inside the helmet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by pulling out the cheek pads of this helmet. Maybe before you pull the cheek pads off, you might want to try the helmet on and try to get an idea of where you want these speakers to be. Sometimes, depending on the helmet, they'll kind of push up. This helmet, I think they'll probably fit in here just fine, but I'm going to pop the cheek pad out, if your cheek pads are able to be popped out. This one snaps out just like such. And I'm going to plan on putting my speakers just right here over where the chin strap mounts to the helmet. I'm going to plan on putting it right here. I've test fitted this helmet. I can feel that my ears are probably right around in this area. So I'm going to put both the speakers there. Okay. So really should clean this off with some rubbing alcohol. I think we'll grab a little tissue here and just kind of wipe this off. This helmet's not that old. There's not a lot of grime or grease in here. It's just a little dusty from the few times I've ridden it. Now this headset, I've actually modified it, and maybe I'll show another video on how to do this a little bit later. The push to talk button on this particular model, again, this is a Baofeng headset kit. It's $39 or $29 for the whole kit. This does not come on it. This is just a little RCA jack that I've soldered on. One of the things that happens is you tend to get off the bike and you'll forget that you're on the bike, and as you're getting off, it'll pop that off. This is just to prevent it from ripping anything out. It's kind of a hard modification to do. These wires are really tiny. They're really difficult to solder on. The alternative brand that you can buy, even though you're paying over $200 for it, it automatically comes with that. I'm not showing this whole kit because I don't have it with me today. So I'm going to pull all this apart. You unscrew this. So what you're going to have with this headset, you're going to have two speakers. Usually one's a little longer than the other one, so it'll reach all the way over to the other side of the helmet. And then you'll have the microphone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fit this up underneath the liner of the helmet. And I want my speaker going in this side. Okay. I think I made that a lot more difficult than I should have. Alright. So I'm just going to let these two sections hang here. This particular part, I'm going to pull the sticky back off for the Velcro. And I usually try to position the wire going up into the helmet, so that way you can stuff it up in there and get it out of the way. You want to make sure that you don't interfere with any of the button tabs or anything that's going to hold the cheek guard in. I think that'll probably be just fine. You can zoom in and kind of see that. So I'm going to just kind of fit this through and do the other side as well. I'm going to pull this mouthpiece back down through here. We're going to put this mouthpiece, just going to put it right up inside here. And depending on what headset you're using, if you're using this particular headset, the wire's kind of loose. If you're using another brand, sometimes it's a little bit more robust. So you may want to take some Gorilla Tape, just kind of tape the wire down to hold this thing in place. Or if you've got something to maybe put some zip ties to, you can use that to hold it in place as well. This will probably just kind of stuff this up underneath there. And when we put the cheek pad back in, it'll be nice and tucked in and neat out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side and pull this in a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to put this all the way up underneath the entire liner until we bring it through the other side, like such. Okay. And we're going to fit it the same exact way we did the other side. I'm going to have the wire. Let me stuff this down in here and get it out of the way. We're going to have the wire kind of go to the inside. Make sure we leave enough clearance for these tabs. Press that in. Now, one of the cool things that I like about this, and you can kind of watch as I'm stuffing these wires kind of up in here. One of the things that I like about this particular kit is that it's not bulky. The harness for it was not huge. It seems to be a little bit easier to kind of tuck in and hide out of the way. Whereas some of the other ones, you have this, it's a pretty gigantic plug. The plug that comes on the helmet is about the same size. It's big. So whenever you choose to wear your helmet and you're not using your headset, now you have to find something to do with this plug. If you don't want to, be removing it all the time, if you just want to leave it in there. With this plug, you can see it's a lot smaller. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to maybe tuck it up in here, and you can maybe hide it back in behind where the chin strap is. And now you can just leave your headset inside the helmet. You don't have to worry about everything being, loose, flopping around. Okay, so now that we've got the speakers in, we've got the mic in, I'm going to go ahead and put these cheek pads back in. Make sure you slide the chin strap through your little section of the cheek pad, and should snap in pretty easy. Or the speaker may get in the way, and you may have to apply a little bit of pressure to get this thing snapped back in. There you go. Put that in. Pull the cheek strap through the cheek pad. And line up the little button. If I can find it. This one, the speaker's just a little in the way. There, it snapped. You couldn't hear it, but it's snapped in there, trust me. Okay, there's that one. Okay, there's that one snapped. So now you have communication mounted inside your helmet, and you're ready to go. Again, if the speakers kind of get in the way, remember everything's mounted on there with Velcro. All the brands that I've worked with, this one or the Rugged brand, they have Velcro pads, so you can kind of move it around and shit that is needed. So there you go. Hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and I'll catch you guys later.